Okay, well, but hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we have the CineLog30 V3. I've been waiting for this drone for ages since it came out, and it's finally arrived. So this is the drone itself. We'll get onto that in a second. Put them over there. So what do you get in the box? In the box we get, this is where the drone would be. Take that bit out. Side, and then underneath this little flap you have all of these spare accessories. So in this box you have a spare battery strap, as well as all the other bits and pieces like a spare gimbal balls and the hex key, a sim tool for pressing the bind button on the 04, as well as the little ball puller, and some spare screws. We get a spare set of DT76x3 V2s bought from HQ Prop. It's always very nice when companies give us spare props. You get two different colour spare canopies. The orange one's already on the drone as I put it on. Drop it. And then put those aside. And then you also get a spare transparent black frame. Spare parts. You get two battery pads. I've put one of them on the drone, you get one spare. The instruction manual for the 04A units, as well as all of the other instruction dot clicks, as well as stickers. Let's put all of this back in. Floor. Grab you. They can go in there. That goes down. This goes down like that. And that is what's in the box. So, as with all of GepRC stuff, it is very well made. The packaging is incredible. And I actually forgot a little bit. There's also this little top piece that is on the top to protect the drone. It goes on there like that. So now we can get into actually talking about this guy. So, as the instruction manual alluded to, it has the 04 Air Unit Pro. It is 1/1.3 inch sensor, 4K 120 FPS recording, and all that good stuff. Obviously it's using the 04 system. It's 128mm motor to motor, that's the wheelbase. It's a 3-inch prop. They are the DT76x3s from HQ Prop. It has the GepRC Taker F722 all-in-one flight controller. I don't know if you can really see it in there, but it is in there, and it's using GepRC's, turn it upside down, SpeedX, SpeedX2, 1404, 3850 kbs. So it is a 4S quad. And my specific version, if you can see it down there, it is the Express ELRS version. So we will go over to the computer in a second and get that all set up. And we'll go through all of that in a minute and get through setting up AUX modes in Betaflight as well, for people who haven't done that before. And give me a second and I'll move over to the computer. Okay, now we're at the computer, so what we need to do now is go through Activate and all of that with the DJI stuff. Unlike the 03 Air unit where you could just plug it into USB and update it that way, the 04 series needs to be powered. So if you've got a LiPo that you've got charging, you will need to plug it in for the minute. Let's just do that quickly. Yep, all of the beeps, and then we can launch Assistant 2. You do need Assistant 2 Consumer Drone Series to do this, and then when we plug in the 04, like so, it should see it, hopefully. There we go. Oh. Device not supported. I might need to update it actually, thinking about it. I might have an older version of Assistant 2 that doesn't support it. So, that's a good thing. Go to DJI Assistant 2, Consumer Drone Series. Yeah, I need to update it as I thought. So let's download updates. And while that's downloading, I shall come back in a second. Okay, so I've just updated Assistant 2. This should now work as I want it to. Yeah, so if you already have Assistant 2 for consumer drones downloaded and it's not working, you may need to update it, blah blah blah. Don't need to do any of that. Oh, okay, so it does see it. That's interesting. Well, that's good. And it's already activated. That's good to know. Ah, that would be why, because they've done testing. So they would have gone through all of that and activated it. So it's pre-activated and you just need to upgrade it now. Yeah, I think I will, just to be safe, plug the battery in while doing this. All of the finder beeper beeps and all of that madness. So this should, if you give it a second, I may have, yeah, there it goes. Okay, upgrade, let's start the update. So yeah, standard DJI stuff. If it isn't activated already from them testing it, activate it. If it is already, just update, get it updated and all of that good stuff. It doesn't massively matter. And once it's all updated, we'll be able to move on to the next section, which is sorting everything out in Betaflight. So once this is done, I will be back in a second. Okay, so update complete. We are now done with that. We can unplug the battery for the minute, let the O4 cool down a bit. It doesn't get as warm as the O3 does, I can tell you that now, so that's really handy. But because we will need the battery plugged in for setting up our controller and all of that stuff, as well as flashing ExpressLRS, as this is the ExpressLRS version. It does suck that the all-in-one in this doesn't have USB powered 5-volt rails, because it would make, or at least I don't think it does. Let me just double check that. It does. And the beeper's powered over 5 volts as well. Okay. That's going to make that setup a lot easier. Right, so we can quit out of that now. And go into ExpressLRS configurator. There's my Zorro. Let me just grab my Zorro.
Welcome to HTX. Disarmed, flight mode acro, turtle mode off, air mode off.
And now that's done. So, as this has the GepRC PA100 in it, we need to go to GepRC 2.4 GHz, choose the Nano PA100. We are going to do it over Betaflight pass-through just this first time, but as you can see, I have it set up so that the ESP side of the ExpressLRS receiver will connect to my home network, and I've also set up my binding phrase. So there it is, COM6, and now we just hit flash, and off it goes. It's Betaflight pass-through for ExpressLRS has gotten so much better than it used to be from what I've seen everywhere. It just works reliably. But setting up the way I have with the Wi-Fi part means if it goes into Wi-Fi mode, it will connect to our home Wi-Fi, meaning you don't have to worry about access points and having a Wi-Fi card.
Connected.
And just like that, it's bound. It's that simple with a binding phrase. So that's that done. That's that set up. Now we can go into Betaflight. There you go, it sees it. Betaflight STM32 F7X2. Oh, right. Actually, while we're here, do not update any bind and fly. You do not need to update any bind and fly. The way updates work with Betaflight is when you update it, it erases everything. So you lose all of the tuning, all of the AUX modes, everything that GepRC has set up on your new quad is gone, and there's no way of getting it back. So don't try updating. You do not need to update it. All of that's done for you. Let me guess, it's probably is Assistant 2 running in the background? No. I'm just gonna unplug and replug it then, and it should.
Telemetry lost. Telemetry recovered.
Lots of beeps. Yep, that's correct. There we go. And now we're in Betaflight. As you can see, it's doing everything it needs to. And from here, what we want to do is go into our receiver tab just to make sure it is indeed seeing my Zorro, which it is. Roll, pitch, yaw, everything is correct.
Armed. Disarmed.
Okay, so that's all working as we expect. Now we'll go into our modes just to double check how they've got it set up.
Armed.
Yep,
Disarmed.
so yep. Shut up with the beep up for the minute, that's fine. So as this is ElRS, it is set to AUX 1 and high. That's how it's got to be set up. So that's already good. I also then have AUX 2 as
Flight mode horizon. Flight mode angle. Flight mode acro.
I will need to change that, as I do have horizon set to high and you set to mid. LED, the user 1 set to AUX 4, which
Air
I
mode
think
on.
is
Air mode off.
my beeper button, which is, it is what it is. I might change, I don't think I've got that button set up. I might turn off and just remove the range, because I will kind of want them always on. I do like the LEDs. Beeper on AUX. So if you don't know what AUX buttons you want to use, set it to auto, and as you can see, it then goes through and does that. But we want it to be AUX 4, so that's now our beeper. Okay, so we have
Air mode on. Air mode. Air mode on. Air mode off.
you should be set to AUX 2, so it goes
Flight mode angle.
angle.
Flight mode horizon. Flight mode angle.
Like
Flight
that.
mode acro.
Okay, we'll just quickly save that so it saves the
Flight
changes.
mode angle. Flight mode horizon.
There we go.
Flight mode angle. Flight mode acro.
Okay, we get it. Alright, let's turn the volume down on that for a minute. And also, while we're here, where is configuration? On all of my quads, I have air mode on a switch. So we are going to disable air mode permanently being on. Let it go through all of its thing. That means now we can go back into our modes tab, and that should give us an option for setting up air mode, which it does. And we want air mode to be on AUX 5. So when it's in the range, if we do that, air mode is off. when it's not in the range, air mode is on. That's how I've got it set up. So all the way back,
Air mode on.
there we go, so that's on,
Air mode on.
and that's off. I also just quickly do that as well, just to make it a little bit more neat. And those are my AUX modes, how I normally have them set up. Then we can save that. Let's go into the OSD setting just to see how they've got it set up. I mean, it's not terrible. We'll leave it as is for the first flights, just to get an idea of what it's like. But I will likely come back in here and change this at some point. But for the minute, that's fine. We don't need to worry about VTX. LED strip, if you have, I believe this is based off of the built-in LED bit, so just leave that for the minute. Sensors, that's just logging. The PIDs, these again just leave as is. So these are the base rates: 670 max and no expo. I'm probably going to add a little bit of expo to these, about 0.2. It's roughly about what I have on my Volador. So that's that. And as you can see, it's working as it should. And from there, I believe the last thing we need to do, just to be safe, is calibrate the accelerometer. And we're done with Betaflight. So when you next see me, we'll be outside giving it a fly. See you in a sec. Yeah, it feels very nice.
25 milliwatts.
Yeah. It is very quiet, isn't it? Yeah.
Milliwatts. 25 milliwatts.
Yeah.
250 milliwatts. 100 milliwatts. 10 milliwatts.
I think the dog's gone up onto the pathway.
25 milliwatts.
I mean, he did it alright. It just. Yeah, it feels like it's really locked in actually. And yeah, it's sort of, if you do like split S's and stuff quite smoothly, it does it alright.
Through my soul, it'll be alright.
25 milliwatts. 10 milliwatts. 10 milliwatts.
It's very efficient actually as well.
25 milliwatts. 50 milliwatts.
3.73, and I've been flying for 3.5 minutes, almost 4.
100 milliwatts.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what's about 3.49. It's very quiet, isn't it?
25 milliwatts.
It's a lot quieter than I was expecting it to be.
25 milliwatts.
It's really nice. It is beautiful. I haven't even touched any of the settings yet, so
25
yeah,
milliwatts.
auto everything.
25 milliwatts. 25 milliwatts.
Fire in your bones, dirt in your eyes, ready to go. Your moment's arrived. Shake off the cold and light up the night.
25
What are you
milliwatts.
waiting for? Towing the line, blind the bones, sever the ties, holding you down. It's your time to turn it around.
5 minutes, I'm at 3.6 volts.
Digging for gold, it's so far away. So fire and load, it's never too late.
The 850.
25
All that you found, all you see, circles it down on endless repeat. Starting now, you gotta believe.
25 milliwatts.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Maisie's having a shit. Maisie's having a shit.
What are you waiting for? 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 What are you waiting for?
25 milliwatts.
What are you waiting for?
25 milliwatts.
What are you waiting for? What are you
Oh, I caught the wind there. Oh yeah, you can feel the wind. Yeah.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting
Oh my god.
Design.
There we go. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching my review video on the CineLog30. This is after flying it for a bit. I have managed to get this style of ND filter that you'd normally find for the Avata. What I had to do is, if we can get super close to it, is I did file down some of this a little bit just to give it enough room so you can actually, there's just a little bit of play, and that gives it just enough room to be able to use these style of filters, because they do come off much nicer than the GepRC ones from what I've read. The GepRC ones have a tendency to get stuck on very hard, and then they break when you take them off. It's not ideal. If you have any thoughts on what you would like to see next, leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.